Hi, I'm Johnny from UltimatePaperMache.com, and this is going to be real quick. I just wanted to show you a couple of tricks that I use when I'm trying to get both sides of a sculpture to be somewhat symmetrical. A really big problem, especially when you're doing animal portraits, is getting the eyes in the same place on both sides. It seems like that should be sort of obvious, but it's really not. It's really hard. And getting the angles, like on this particular goat, the angle of her eyelids, you kind of want them to be the same on both sides. You want the smile to be at least halfway close. It doesn't have to be completely symmetrical because real animals aren't. Real people aren't either. We're not exact copies on each side. We have differences on each side, and they've done some really interesting studies of that. You can almost have two different personalities if you, depending on which side of a person's face you're looking at, and that's going to be true for animals as well. But beauty is judged by symmetricality. I hope that's the right word. So we kind of want them to be as close as we can get them. One thing I tried today to get the eyes the same is I got my this stuff out. It's a clear film. It's called acetate alternative, although I don't know why they needed an alternative to acetate. I don't know. Anyway, it's clear. And I just taped it into this square piece of cardboard. Obviously, you could do exactly the same thing if you have a frame with some glass in it. And then I used some dry erase markers. And then I held it up in front of one side of the goat and drew what I saw. This is really tricky. You have to close one eye and you have to make sure that you don't move your head. So it's not perfect. It's really not perfect, but it was really close. Then I turned it over and obviously flipped the acetate alternative over as well. And I was able to see that there were just minor variations in the eye, but it was really, really close. It was actually a lot closer than I thought it was. Then when I did it again from the front, I did exactly the same thing from the front, although I didn't take a video of it. And I found that one thing that was causing me problems and making me think that the eye wasn't symmetrical is that I kept thinking that the eye on this side needed to be pushed in a little bit, that maybe I had put too much clay on it and so it was in the wrong place. What actually turned out, which I discovered with this thing, is that I simply wasn't making the eyelids heavy enough so that they would match both sides. So I knew something was wrong, but I wasn't quite sure about what, and now I've been able to fix it. Now a mirror also works really good, and as you can see, you can just hold it up in front of one side and you can tell pretty much if you have them both reasonably close to the same. So if there's something about a sculpture that you're working on that's just a little bit bothering you, it doesn't seem quite symmetrical, but you can't really put your finger on exactly why, use one of these little tricks and see if that will help. I hope that helps. I'm going to be finishing up this lady probably in a couple of days. I've got another project I'm going to start working on as well while I let this kind of stiffen up just a little bit. Give her some horns and some ears and that sort of thing. So stay tuned. Be sure to look at all the other videos that I've got on my channel. I've got tons of them. I don't want you to miss any. And then come visit me at UltimatePaperMache.com. I'll see you there.